Hello, you are watching the video on perimeter, which happens to be the distance around a figure. I'm going to show you a few problems using this concept of perimeter, the distance around a figure, with our first image here of a rectangle. Now, two sides are labeled on this rectangle. The bottom side is labeled 5 inches, and the side is labeled 4 inches. Now, to find the distance or the length around the entire rectangle, we must think about the length that we know plus the length that we don't know. Well, if this side is 5 inches, then you know in a rectangle the opposite side is also 5 inches. And since this right side is 4 inches, the side that is parallel or opposite is also 4 inches. Now we're going to use this information to find the perimeter. What we want to do is add up the lengths of all the sides. So we have 5 inches plus 5 inches plus 4 inches plus 4 inches. Okay, of course, 5 plus 5 is 10, 4 plus 4 is 8, and 10 plus 8 is 18, which gives us a perimeter of this rectangle of 18 inches. Here's another geometric shape. This time we're looking at a square. We know that because the length of the bottom side here is 3 feet. The length of the side is also 3 feet. So we know that the opposite sides are also going to be 3 feet. So we can just label in the opposite side, 3, and the opposite side of our side on the left here, also 3 feet. So now to find the distance around the figure, we can take our 4 sides that are 3 feet each, and of course add them together. And think 3, 6, 12 feet is our perimeter. Besides adding, since all the sides are the same length, we could also multiply. So we have 4 sides. Each side is 3 feet long. So we have 4 groups of 3, which of course equals 12 feet. Good way to check the problem as well. We got a 12-foot perimeter on this square. Here's a problem that I'd like you to help me solve. The width of the house is 40 feet. The length is twice as long as the width. What is the perimeter of the house? So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a shape, and one side is longer than the other, so it should end up being a rectangle. The width is 40 feet. The length is something I don't know, so I'm going to call the length L for now. The length is twice as long as the width, so I have to figure out what L is so I can find out the other lengths in this rectangle. So the length is twice as long. Twice means 2 times as big. Twice as long as the width is 40. So I know that 2 times 40, using mental math, you're right if you said 80. So the length is 80 feet. So I'll label that down here. And it's a rectangle. So now the opposite side will also be 80 feet. And if this side is 40, then the opposite side is also 40 feet. So what shall I do to find the perimeter of the house? You were correct if you said add up all the sides. So I'll take my 2 sides that are 80 feet long, my 2 sides that are 40 feet long, and I will add them up. I have my 0 ones, and I have 8 tens plus 8 tens plus 4 tens plus 4 tens. So 8 and 8 is 16. So I get 240 feet for the perimeter of the house. Thanks for watching.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.